Epsom speakers and very welcome guests. I'm here to talk to you about embracing the mundane, and that's the general purpose. And the specific purpose is to do something which might be mundane, such as Adam there doing the timekeeping or Costa doing the videos. Might seem mundane, but it's not. And in order to explain that, I have to tell you about House Officer Rees. House Officer Rees is a junior doctor, or was 10 years ago. And the structure in the hospitals, and I work in one, is that there are 3 doctors. There's the registrar, who's a senior doctor. Then there's a senior house officer, which I was at the time. And then under my charge was the most junior doctor of all, house officer. And his name's Rees. And like most junior doctors, he was very impatient. When can I save someone's life? Just let me at it. And I said, just wait, see a patient, take some bloods, and set up a drip, get a bit of cannula fluids on. And he'd do that, and he'd come back and say, Aishi, I've done it. Now can I do something? Can I do that chest drain? When can I save someone's life? And I say, wait, there's another patient. Go and see Mrs. Smith over there. See what she's about. Do some bloods. Put a drip on. And this went on and on and on for 3 months. And then suddenly, it happened. It was Friday. It was October the 13th. It was about 6 o'clock in the evening. And we were sitting in the mess. The crash bleep went off. And there was an emergency. Someone was in trouble in the ward C4. And House Officer Rees and myself just ran to C4. On the corridor down, we rather worryingly met our senior doctor running the opposite way towards us. And we met in the corridor, and what we found out was that there was a second cardiac arrest in ward C3. So there were 2 patients that were dying at that particular point of time, which is actually quite rare, because most patients are very considerate in district general hospitals. They find out they're dying across a period of time. But on this occasion, there were 2, and they particularly happened at the same time. Very unfortunate. So the reg said, I'll go to ward C3, I'll take care of that. You take House Officer Rees, you go and do that. Go there. So we went to C4, started our advanced life support, we're all trained in that. So we started to do the numbers. And then in that ward, there was another call, this time from A&E Resus. A young 24-year-old man was coughing up blood, vomiting blood, and urgent assistance was required. And I turned to House Officer Rees and says, I'm here, the registrar is in C3, the only doctor that's available to go down and sort that problem out is you. You go down to A&E, see the patient, take some bloods, do a drip, off you go. And his eyes were like saucers, because he suddenly realised that this was his moment. So he went down there. I never saw him for about 10 minutes or so. Then I went down, and it was carnage. There was equipment everywhere, and it was all messy. But one thing I noticed about House Officer Rees was his shoes. They were suede, they were blood-stained, with blood that wasn't his own, and they were about an inch off the ground. And he was smiling because the patient that he was with was still alive. And he'd saved that patient because he'd found out what was going on, he'd done the bloods, and he'd put up a drip. Something that he'd been doing for the past 3 months every day. And I want to say that the mundane, how long did it take House Officer Rees to save that life? Was it the 30 seconds initially, which is the critical time? Or was it the 15-minute period where he got the bloods up and did various procedures? I'd actually say that House Officer Rees took 5 years and 3 months to save that life. 5 years of sitting in lecture theatres learning about anatomy, physiology, pharmacology. 3 years of procedures and learning, shadowing other doctors and learning all these procedures. And it all culminated in that 15 minutes where he was on his own. And that taught me something. That taught me that don't don't dismiss the mundane, because that is just one thing that might be really important. I'm not saying that it's life and death a lot of the time. I know you've got a 9-to-5 job, and we've got an amazing lady we've just heard who's learned many different languages, and these are all things that will make a difference in the future. So I'd encourage you to do the videos, or do ballot count, or do something that might seem to you a bit mundane. But don't just do the mundane. I'd say embrace the mundane and actually enjoy it. Because one day, someone's life may be changed.